Last season on Jomez House.
Gentlemen, welcome to Jomez House.
The weight of being professional starts to set in.
Yeah, you lost to me by 5 strokes, but I lost 5 discs in 1 hole.
I haven't shot a 1,000 rated round in 3 freaking months.
It's not even fair to the other competitors, honestly. Like Circle 1 and Circle 2, 100%, I was unbelievable.
Just a machine out there.
An uninvited house guest joins the fray.
Bring you the 2024. Hey, see,
Sorry, I'm late, sorry.
you're late. Who are you?
Germ, it's me. It's the Cannon. Loose Cannon, dude.
AJ Risley?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of.
You look different. Yeah. You're like 5 years late, bro. Where did you come from?
I don't think I know you.
As the drama ramps up, so do the challenges.
Start a video without saying hello and welcome. Commentate an entire video, completely submerged in water. An electric fence. How many watts of it can you handle? Commit tax fraud, just for fun. Successfully steal a cow, befriend it, and teach it a language. Rob a bank with your best friends, and spend the rest of your life running. Drink an entire gallon of spoiled rotten milk. And then start running around. See how your tummy feels now.
Our competitors will have to learn to not only work together, but live together.
You want to get some food?
Mexican.
Again?
Love
All right.
Mexican.
That's fine. Speaking of food, has anyone fed Kenny and Paul yet?
Nope.
I'm on it.
And Haley King makes another Circle 2 putt. It's okay, just reset. Haley King with her second. Good.
After you.
Approaching the final green, this putt means everything.
A tough start for him. We'll see if he can bring it back after these messages.
Brad,
What are we looking at here? What do you got?
back 9 left. We got about 45 seconds to get a snack in.
All right, we got all kinds of snacks. We got trail mix. I know you love mac and cheese, peanut butter, a little nanner. Got a kind bar if you need it. And I've got an onion. Good for the heart.
Each guest finds their own ways to deal with the trauma.
My agent promised me there'd be no surprises this season with Jomez, but what happens right before we start the first episode? Surprise, surprise, Loose Cannon Risley shows up, tries to steal the scene once again.
Kenny, what do you do as an older guy trying to keep up with the young guns out there? They're just so dang good. How do you do it?
Friendships start to unravel.
I mean, when was the last time Erika was on coverage even? Is she even relevant anymore? And honestly, this is a camera job. I mean, has she ever heard of shampoo? I mean, she's got just more of an audio-only face, if you know what I mean. That gray hair, ugh. Anyway.
That looks to be like the shot of the year from Missy Gannon. Incredible.
Yeah, another thrasher. No one saw that coming.
No one.
Day 1, Paul didn't start the recording on either the front 9 or back 9. We've got 2 hours wasted, and I've got to tee off in 2 hours. I miss you, I miss big sexy days, and I don't know what to do.
Dude, I don't know that I can make it. I mean, on this short notice?
I'll get you a flight, I don't care. I'll pay for it out of my pocket. Please, bring big sexy back.
Daddy can go.
Cora, no.
So somebody's at the door, man. I'm
No.
in there.
No, hear me out. Nate, please.
Sorry, man, gotta go.
No.
Bye.
No, one more. No!
Tune in to see what lies ahead this season on Jomez House.
Hello and welcome. We are finally back. It's 2024. We're at the chess.com Invitational presented by Discraft. We are starting for our first time ever in Florida. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb, and we're the 2 hotkeys.
Honk.
I'm really happy to interact with other people. I've been trapped in this Jomez box all winter with only Madison to talk to.
It's been horrible, honestly.
Jeez. So, hey, brand new track, redesign rather, of the Grand Canyon Throw Down the Mountain layout. We have Scoggins on the card. off an amazing putter. I can't say enough good things about her, to be honest.
We saw her
so many
at All-Star.
podiums last year.
And we saw her at All-Stars just shred on the putting green as well. And out here, that's really important because the driving's pretty straightforward. Missy Gannon will probably throw a lot of thrashers and hopefully can some putts because these putting greens are treacherous. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of roll-away potential. We get to watch Hannah win as well.
With her Discraft debut, she just changed sponsors, so it should be an interesting watch there. And Paige Pierce returns after her injury at Sula last year. First time back after recovering. Can't wait to see what Paige can do out here.
Yeah, not quite at 100%, but she's still able to plant. We're going to watch her attack this very difficult track in Brooksville, Florida. Hole 1, it's 278 feet uphill, plays longer than that recorded distance. You have a low ceiling that you have to contend with immediately off the tee pad, and it drops off right behind the basket, only, I would say, 15 or 20 feet behind the actual pin. This is one that everyone's attacking for birdie.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit tough to get there with the kind of low ceiling branch, and it's uphill. In the All-Stars event, we saw a few people reach it.
Katrina leaving it just a little bit short, and that's where a lot of people are going to land, is right at that short edge of circle 1.
Yeah, so we are showing some highlights from other cards this season. So we're just showing Katrina Allen get. I would say it's a hard to get birdie. I mean, it's a short distance, but it's uphill.
What a way to start out the season. She's one of only 3 birdies on the day.
Wow.
And we get to watch it here. We will see more highlights like that as the round goes on. Right after hole previews, we'll get to check them out.
All right, next on the tee, Paige Pierce.
Me too, not on hole 1.
Hello.
Was that fine?
Good to see you guys.
It's a little
check in with hugs.
Yeah. We're
starting off in Florida, under the Spanish moss. So beautiful. Circle's edge. I knew it was broken on the spot. Oh, excruciating. And the sound of it popping. And in the x-ray room was the first time I really realized the severity of it, because like the x-ray tech, she said the word major operation. I mean, I wasn't walking again for 8 weeks, wasn't allowed to put any pressure on it for 8 weeks, and then it's kind of like learning how to walk again, basically, and then learning how to golf again. For me, it showed me a lot about who and what my support system is. It's one thing when you're winning to have people say good job and stuff, but it's different when you're like at a low. Ooh, nice. I think the biggest difference for me right now is like my disc selection. Like that was 247 and I'm throwing a driver, you know? Teaching me a lot of different ways to throw. I'm trusting it more and more every day, but yeah, I'm just not committing as much as I was before. Shots like this are hard for me still though. Zachary!
What's up, girl? Oh my gosh, so good to see you.
Good to see you. This event, I told myself no goals, kind of like an experiment to see where I am and what I need to work on. And ideally, I'd like to win a major this year. All right, Holland's watching. What are you doing? Don't watch me. It's always easier when no one's watching. That's better. Highs are up, highs are up. I feel like there's a lot of low ceiling shots. You can't really use glide to your advantage out here with all the low hanging branches, so it's gonna be really fast, low shots. Yeah, I haven't faced too much adversity, like physically in my career. So I think it'll define my career a little bit in that aspect, just like a different type of test. One of the biggest things for me is like realizing this is what I'm choosing to do still too. I'd never even really taken time to consider if this is still what I want to be doing, to kind of be forced to at least think about that. I was this little kid running around, skipping through the woods, throwing, and somewhere along the way I kind of like lost that because, you know, you're trying to fill up your gas tank, you're trying to buy a house, you're trying to do all this, and am I just doing it because it's all I know? Am I just doing it because it's the easy choice? Being deprived of it for so long And it was the only thing I could think about, and like as soon as I could walk, that's what I wanted to do. To come out on the other side, like more in love with disc golf than I've ever been, was like just such a big like turning point for me, I guess.
And welcome back. It's nice to have that fire, especially here at the first event of a very long season. They keep getting longer, don't they? I bet you guys at home love that.
I bet they do. I bet they do.
More events.
It's cool to hear that she loves it even more after her break.
So that low ceiling, we can see Paige trying to work her way underneath it and get that power, but there is also that high ground. So it's just like a perfect funnel into the green and a very touchy shot. Look at Hannah really pushing that ceiling and getting herself a putt.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a lot of C2 looks on this hole.
And bailing out to that left side is a great idea because it leaves you with less of a death putt than if you accidentally turn something over. But here we see Owen doing the opposite in classic Owen fashion.
Yeah, I think Ella Hansen got the only birdie at the All-Stars event with a forehand off the tee.
Really?
I believe so. And they didn't play the exact same layout, but they played some of the same holes that we're going to see. I never played Throw Down the Mountain either, so you have to tell me what's familiar, what's totally new. I think a lot of it's totally new, right?
No, it's actually a pretty similar layout. There's some new holes here and there. They actually somehow added more walking up hills, but that means more big downhill shots, so it's super cool.
Yeah.
But you are wiped after playing this.
Yeah, you really are. Great shot from Missy. Just like Paige said, just a lot of kind of low linear power required out here. Do you know who has won for FPO Throw Down the Mountain the most?
The most?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to tell you, it's you and Elaine King. You both won twice. So shout out.
Wow, trick question that I should know the answer to. Oh,
thanks, Statmando.
A long Florida career.
Missy in for birdie.
Wow.
Low left side ringer.
Another
good little tester to start out.
We saw Katrina Allen getting that highlight birdie as well.
We have a new stats platform. Can we tell how many birdies there were today? You said there's three.
There's 3 birdies on the day. The third was on my card today, Kat Murch, and she was absolutely parked. It was an unbelievable drive.
Man,
only 8% of the field or 3 people got to circle 1.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the 278 is definitely deceiving. Remember how we're back?
I know, this is weird. It's like no time has gone by.
I know, yeah.
Did you guys miss that? Please tell us in the comments.
Oh my gosh, oh good.
Oh.
Hey everyone, I want to let you know today's video is brought to you by Vessi. As disc golfers, we know how hard it is to find versatile shoes that you can wear on the course or around town. And that's where our friends at Vessi have you covered. Vessi started as a way to get people out in the world on rainy days. That's why Vessi makes 100% waterproof shoes so you can feel confident and ready to explore the outdoors no matter the conditions. Vessi has models that are perfect for any disc golf course. Navigate any terrain in style and comfort so you can tackle any course anytime. Vessis are 100% waterproof, not water resistant, so you can keep water out and your feet dry with their Dymatex technology. Imagine finally being able to retrieve your disc from the water just by stepping in and grabbing it by hand. Vessi is about to change your game. Vessi is here to help you navigate city streets or your local course with confidence and comfort. These shoes redefine what waterproof looks and feels like so you can focus on playing your best. So kickstart your new year with Vessi. Discover style and versatility at vessi.com/JomezPro and use code JomezPro for 15% off your first order. That's vessi.com/JomezPro and use code JomezPro for 15% off. Thanks again to Vessi for sponsoring this video.
Hole 2, you are throwing along an OB fence line on the right. I believe it's barbed wire, rough on the left. You're just trying to throw nice and straight. I would say straight or bailing out to the right is more important than being far, as long as you're in a good landing zone. And then you have much more room to work your second shot. A full drive for most of us. It's 625, definitely reachable by everyone in the field if you get a good tee shot.
It's hard to be really aggressive on the tee, though, so it makes this hole really stretch out and seem a lot longer than it is. Looks like we're going to get to watch Paige Shu play this hole. We had a headwind off the tee today.
Yeah, it's scary to try to get to that right side once that fence starts to go, just because you don't want to flip it too early over that fence line. Yeah, so good.
That is absolutely smashed. A very aggressive shot. She looks super confident here. She has all the room in the world to work that right side and hyzer into the green.
Yeah, she landed in the perfect spot.
Wow.
Oh, gets the friendly little roll. Perfect.
We're also watching Stacy Haas from another card. Fellow team MVP member.
Great
getting that birdie.
So much spin on that thing.
That feels good to start the season out with big putts and birdies.
I bet this one played quite a bit easier than one, but that you're right. That drive's no joke.
Paige was one of only 2 people to park this hole for birdie.
Cool. Yeah, it's interesting you saw all that sawgrass around the hole. That is going to be a really common theme throughout today. Can make for some very difficult putting. Missy with a pretty common result, kind of just ending up on that left side edge. Makes it really difficult to attack, but she can definitely save a par from over there.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of competitors kind of crashing into that left side. Paige pushes far enough to get past the rough that we found Missy in.
Yeah, she can probably get to the pin with just a simple hyzer, hopefully. That was a... what was that? Test Flight Drive Z? Test Flight Drive. I don't know. It was something.
We're warming
rusty.
up. We're both rusty.
I know what this is, though. This is Own's yellow flippy destroyer.
What? A destroyer from Own?
I feel like that's her iconic one, though. That yellow one.
Hannah probably has about 375 to the pin from there. Maybe a little more than that.
Solid shot. She'll have a long look at it, maybe 60 feet or so. Own just picks up the same disc she just threw. And you can see that headwind definitely came into play there. That does not usually flip that much. It was definitely, you can't really tell right now, but it was windier today than it was in practice, and it picks up as we go along.
Yeah, a nice indicator is you can always check out the Spanish moss on this course, and it'll show you it working. You can see it blowing a little bit right there in front of Paige. But yeah, we started out with a nice calm, little dewy morning, but as this rain front pushed through, it got so unbelievably windy.
That was a good out from Paige with her Z passion.
Missy's third to the green. Here's one where you don't want to err short. You can kind of crash in. There's a nice little backboard of that sawgrass.
Yeah, but you don't want to get too far in there. I don't know about you, but I am scraped up a little bit.
Yeah. You don't want to take an Epsom salt bath after playing this course.
Own with a forehand upshot out from the rough. Leaves herself a little bit of work left for her par. Paige for birdie.
So we got to watch Paige Shu and Stacy Kiefer. Sorry, I said the wrong name earlier. Congrats on them getting married. We got to watch both of them get birdies. The only other 2 birdies on the field were from Haley King and Hannah Blumroos.
I definitely thought we'll see more. We're going to see more for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Great putt from Own. A little bit of a scramble to save her par there. This course is hard, folks. Like, this is the opposite of Vegas. This is a really technical, challenging course. And it's
very punishing.
Yeah, it is. So even's going to be a great score. Under par is going to be top 10 for sure, I believe.
I think a lot of the par 3s out here are definitely, they cater to the distance players. They are very tough birdies to get. I think a lot of the middle of the road distance players are going to be trying to work at getting those par 4s and par 5s and just playing for par on the par 3s. So it's kind of it's a little bit different in the way it rewards players out here.
Yeah, that's true.
Strategy is so important. I think even par to a 1 under or 2 under is going to be a great score out here.
Absolutely.
I'd be stoked. Hole 3, a very challenging placement hole at 507 feet. There's out of bounds on the right-hand side early. You have to carry straight for a little while, and then you want to land somewhere in this area right here. It's very steep uphill on the second shot, and depending on where you land, you do have a pretty straightforward shot to this basket that's tucked around to the left. There is out of bounds on that fence on the right-hand side, so don't flip anything over, and forehand is not really the way to go up this hill. It is super birdieable by everyone in the field, regardless of your distance. It's all about just proper placement and footing on that second shot.
This is a nice looking pull from Paige. Goes a little deep onto that hillside. The landing zone is what? Maybe the size of the circle?
Yep.
Maybe less.
It's very small.
Paige missed it just by a couple of feet. This could be a bit too far left. Oh my gosh,
wow.
That's huge.
Yeah,
what an
that's
aggressive
great.
shot.
Yeah, playing that hyzer is aggressive because it can put you in a bad position if you're early at all. But that worked out great for Hannah.
That was a vulture from Hannah. Own late releases this one. Most of that is out of bounds, so hopefully she just swung in and is down there on the right, which actually lines up the shot okay. It's just longer.
So to get to that back wall where Paige landed, it's about 330 feet. So you want to throw something right around the 300-foot range. But if you're, like Erika said, a circle's short of that, you are in the worst place ever. Get really tough even just to save your par.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Own not trying to mess around and actually gets punished. Yeah, it turns out she does.
And that's a nice placement shot. Not quite to the top of the hill, but she'll be able to see the basket from there. And she's got another maybe 100 feet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's farther past the hill than you kind of initially think.
And a little further left.
Missy just looks like she's step putting maybe out of here and doesn't quite get through cleanly. And Hannah with one of the best drives I've seen.
Yes. With the weirdest footing ever, too. Not quite rewarded, but you don't need a lot to make it work here.
Great park job. Hannah's going to be sitting there for an easy birdie. Own from a really weird spot, getting aggressive. There's actually barbed wire OB right there. She is right next to it.
Hannah, the only person in the field to park this hole for birdie.
I'm glad we got to see it. That was sweet.
Yeah.
And yeah, that hillside is so much steeper than it looks, as is true with all hills and all cameras.
But this one specifically.
This is a hard shot, people.
Ooh.
Oh no. Bad break for Missy. Kicks out of bounds.
I heard so many people today saying that they were feeling nerves more than ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Everyone coming into the season.
Probably because like Vegas is wide open and here is like, all right, give us everything you have.
Yeah.
What have you been doing this offseason?
Yeah. Bring your polished game, quote unquote, that you got while sitting on the couch.
Oh, yeah?
Missy with a long bid to save par.
Bogey.
Bogey.
OB. Paige just inside the circle for her par. Cans it. Clean looking putt. And par solid out here.
Yep, just over half the field managing to get a par here.
Nice birdie. Hannah moving to 1 under.
And she's one of only 4 birdies on the day on hole 3. We're going to see people consecutively getting better at this course because this is the first time on this track. Everyone's still kind of learning.
Plus, it's the windiest day. I think it's supposed to calm down. Hannah Bloomer's 2 down so far through 3.
Wow.
What is the simplest way to improve your disc golf game? The answer, learn from the very best. Paul Ulibarri, Simon Lizotte, Ezra Aderhold, and Holland Hanley. They're not just players, they are your elite coaches guiding you every step of the way. The Power Disc Golf Academy is the premier online disc golf academy with over 150 on-demand lessons that are specifically designed to improve your skills right now. So what are you waiting for? Join today at powerdga.com.
Hole 4, another par 4 at 646 feet. Extremely difficult tee shot. You're shooting through a really tiny gap and need to curve to the left, but not too far left into that sawgrass. Left side's definitely better than right. If you do manage to land in the middle, you have a, I don't want to say wide open tee shot. There's some guardian trees on the left. It's uphill. You do want to take the gap that the drone just flew. There is OB on the right, but I think you have to push through a lot of rough to find it. It's not really in play.
Yeah, thankfully you don't have to worry about the rollaways necessarily getting all the way to OB.
Yeah,
you have to get really unlucky.
That's true. Look at this. So you're throwing like down barely over the hill and then just trying to fade just a little bit. That was well done.
Hannah with some really impressive tee shots so far in the round. That is such a touchy shot. She made it look very effortless.
Another vulture. And I mean, she just switched bags too. She hasn't been playing with these discs for that long, theoretically.
Paige, grip locking just a little bit, finding that right side. Not a terrible kick. We had a little bit of a headwind / right to left crosswind here, so it was tough to get your disc to do the flight that you wanted without pushing too far to the left, which is where it gets really difficult to access the green for birdie.
Own with a destroyer just on the edge of that sawgrass. She'll be able to attack from there. No one quite finding... Well, I guess Hannah's in the prime landing zone. Missy also a little too far right. Gets kicked down. Not sure where that one went.
Oh, Paige kicked a lot further than I thought. She's going to have to just pitch back out to the fairway. She doesn't even quite get it there. That side in that area is no good. I know from experience.
It's kind of, you got to throw like a turnover sidearm from there.
Missy second, a little sawed off, but it's not bad over there. She'll be able to pitch up.
Kicked really far forward from where her disc hit early.
Own taking a lower line into the green, trying to skip her way up the hill.
Okay, approach destroyer, activate. Scares that basket.
Whoa. God, it's only the first round and we already get Own reaction cam. What a treat.
Oh, here we go. I believe that's a passion again. A little low. It was a good turn. A little more height and that would have been perfect. Paige is going to be in circle 2.
That shot is so tough.
Oh, yeah.
To get it to turn as much as you need without cut rolling.
Or hitting one of those 8 guardian trees.
Yeah, you just don't have the time to let your disc pan out with this hill.
Hannah throwing a little touch sidearm. Third shot. Was a little bit deep there. That's cute. That was a lemonade disc.
Paige landing nice and flat on this sloped green. That is so important on almost every hole on this course.
Missy with a very long uphill look, 4-3. Should be an easy par. Hannah misses just right on that one.
Only 5 competitors were able to get inside the circle for birdie on this hole. Own is one of them. She also makes the putt.
Destroyer, destroyer. Classic Own. I missed her.
She makes commentary easy.
Yeah, that's very true.
No notes.
Missy taking a par. Paige bogey there. Hannah also going to be a bogey.
Everyone hovering right around even par or just over.
Our leaders 1 and 2 under, it looks like, through 4.
Moving on to hole 5. This is a new hole from the old Grand Canyon course at 290 feet. You have to carry over this gully. There's some orange lines you'll see, and that's just mainly for player safety. Landing on that hill is really tough to recover from, so there's some optional casual relief areas. This is one that everyone is trying to get to the green. We all know we can birdie this one. This is one of those par 3s that is absolutely reachable and even gettable with a mid-range. Let's watch Holland Hanley attack.
Definitely a mid-range.
God, I love
beautiful.
I love watching that disc fly too.
I know, yeah, the dye on it looks so sick. Wow, this is like the most friendly little green to land on too. Like it's just peaceful up there, and it's like, hey, you did it. You enjoy this. Great birdie there from Holland.
And a big smile.
I'm going Flippy Destroyer. So yeah, you can see the orange that Madison was talking about. If you land there, you can take it from there, but there's an optional drop zone just for safety. Owen makes it to the top. She'll be maybe slightly obstructed. It's harder than it looks to get it up top. Like the disc wants to sink and go into the hill. Gotta give it a good amount of height.
Yeah, it plays slightly longer than that 290 feet. I don't know if it's just a little bit uphill or if it's just the, huge gap that you're sending that makes it look scary. But there's something about it that I feel like I have to put a little extra onto it.
Definitely. Wow, Hannah parks it. Missy also going to be putting. That was a Hades from Hannah, Thrasher from Missy. Paige says, can't remember. Looks like a slower speed.
Maybe fierce.
Oh, I think it's that same passion, actually.
Okay.
That she was throwing. Great shots from everybody to be all up on the hill.
Yeah, only 2 people parked this hole. And did we see them both on this card?
I mean, I think just Hannah's, right?
I thought Paige's was close.
Nice. Oh, you know what it's looking like. Wish we had a drum roll.
Oh, Paige just outside the bullseye.
Owen said it. Our first star frame of the year. That's a good one, too. Love to see it.
And we have 2 of our feature card competitors moving under par. Stacy Kiefer still holding on to the lead, 2 down through 5. That feels like a good way to start out the season.
Hole 6, another big downhill shot, 671. You want to throw something stable, kind of straight out of this gap, and then hook up fast. You want it to fade as far into this gap as you can, and then it's a pretty big second shot still to get all the way there for a look at it. I think this is a really fun tee shot to execute correctly, but it almost feels like you're sawing it off just a little bit. It's easy to throw too straight and find an OB line deep. Looks like Valerie Mandujano is in this sawgrass looking for a bogey save here.
Look at this wind. What?
Wow, what a putt. What sawgrass?
Off the grass with the crosswind.
She is happy to save that one. Yeah. Great putt.
This tee shot's so strange in practice. I pulled out a driver immediately. It's deceivingly shorter than you think it is. And I know downhill, everyone's like, duh. But we throw off a lot of cliffs on this course. I think there's 6 or 8 of them. So you get pretty good at it. And it still just looks like you need to throw something fast. But I think a fairway is great here, even an overstable mid. And just kind of put the nose down and let the hill do most of the work. You don't have to put anything too far.
Yeah, or if you go full speed, just start it out on a hyzer angle.
Yep.
But this is a really common result. Missy going a little deep, getting a fortunate little roll out of there, though.
What'd she throw there? I'm curious.
Probably a Zeus. Let me see. Yep, ESP Zeus.
Hannah
doing great shot.
So well on those sawed-off shots.
Oh, another vulture. And she's killing it with that disc. She gets past Owen, who had a lovely drive. Z Raptor here from Paige.
It was lovely.
It was lovely.
We're classing up the joint out here this year.
Whoa, that is okay. It is OB.
Yeah,
I saw the line on the right, and I thought maybe it's.
Yeah, you can see the staked line just short. It's once it crosses over that other white line is maybe a casual relief line for a different hole.
Confusing looking is what it is. Missy having to go standstill here.
Doesn't quite get enough on it. She's going to saw off early into the sawgrass. Paige's third.
I kind of think she was in bounds.
I think she was too.
Okay, cool. Just a weird OB line.
Yeah.
So Paige throwing 3.
It's weird that I had the stakes and the painted. That is weird.
Yeah. It's a new course at this level anyway. New layout.
We still have to
a lot
find
of rain damage, so we're working through some kinks.
And we still have to find all the places that people can end up.
Oh man, I found some today that would surprise you. Owen looks like she turned that one over too much. I'm not exactly sure how far she is from the pin.
Hannah wants it, but she puts it a little too low. And it's going to grab early.
Yep. Missy's third. Going up and over the sawgrass and parking it.
Nice. Only one person parking this hole for birdie. Only 4 getting to circle 1 in regulation. This one played tough. Paige trying to get that birdie without getting to circle 1. We love to see it.
On for a really long look up and over the grass. Pretty good effort. Hannah, about 15 feet for the birdie look. Nice. Moves to 2 under. So solid. She doesn't look nervous at all. It's a big debut.
There were only 3 birdies on the day today. Hannah Blumroos, Colin Hanley, and Stacey Ronsley finding those 3s. I'm really excited to see how the scores change tomorrow once we can get out of this windstorm.
Want to play chess but don't know how to get started? Try chess.com. Play for free against someone at your level or challenge one of our friendly computer bots. Sign up and play for free at chess.com today.
Hole 7, 329 feet. Another hole that is birdieable, but it is not easy by any means.
Is that it? Do you remember this one?
No, I'm so sorry. I don't know where I am.
Oh, it's okay, it's a 329-foot shot. You climb up a hill up here, and then it's kind of a gap. It's not that hard to hit. There is one kind of pine tree you need to avoid. You need to push straight for a while. There's a little bit of a hillside on the right, and then you just want to kind of fade to the left, get a little skip up the hill, and birdie it. It's reachable, but deceptively difficult. Holland making quick work of it there. Looking like she is coming off a turkey, going for 4 in a row here.
Wow.
Easy.
And that's just incredible on how much wind we're having today to have 4 birdies in a row. That's really managing the course so well. Now that I know where I am, this is a really fun shot. There's some room out to the right side that you get to work with. It's really fun to throw a flex line. You almost have to kind of aim at the trees on that left side and let it turn right around them.
Or just a very tight flex. I think this is the most common mistake we see from both Owen and Missy is just working it a little bit right. As Madison said, way more room over there than the left side.
Making everyone dance on the right side.
And also pulling it right, more of a hyzer line. It'll be all right. This one's a very easy par, but probably less birdies than you'd expect. Takes a really well-executed shot to get all the way to the circle.
Yeah, 33% of the field getting to circle 1 in regulation, 14 out of our 43 competitors.
But even Paige gets there, and there's that little bit of obstruction on the left side.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in circle 1 here, actually. And it's a much more sloped green than you expect or than what it looks like on the camera.
Yeah, like all hills.
Yeah, it's a tough little putting green here. And there is plenty of room for rollaways as well. So
now I feel like we're really seeing the wind pick up here, too. Let's go, Owen.
She sends it.
Yeah, it works out. Missy for a birdie. Just outside the circle.
Right off the top, but it sits down, and that is what you want here. This hill, I've seen rollaways go really far on this hill before, yeah.
during some throw down the mountains.
Paige with a good effort catches some left side, chains but doesn't stick.
There were 6 birdies on the day.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like you'd think more just looking at the tee sign, but some tricky ground play you need to get, and a little bit of luck on the green. Hannah and Owen 1 under, holding strong. Holland Hanley taking the lead at 3 under through 7.
You're going to see a lot of scores bouncing around here. Double bogeys are everywhere lurking.
Hole 8, another downhill par 3, 465. This is a really fun shot. There's an OB line on the left. A lot of women are going to throw at that with something flippy, so it turns around that tree that we saw and comes into this hillside. You can throw to the right side around the tree. I haven't really seen anyone done that, but it's a viable option.
It's not, though.
You'd have to get a little lucky, I think, through the late trees. This is the common line, and I would say also the common mistake is just pulling it a little bit too much.
That was so good.
Yeah, honestly, I think just a tiny bit lucky to get through those branches, but what a great line.
It's really, Erika called this shot fun. I call it just pure chaos with the win we had today.
To execute correctly, to specify.
Yeah, we had a right to left win, and it made the turnover feel risky because if you don't turn it over enough, you're finding OB left. The hyzer on the right side feels crazy because you could get a huge gust and blow or not let it hyzer enough. There's just a lot of areas to error here that can turn it into a double really, really fast.
I like the forehand play.
Yeah, me too. I like that a lot. This green's also pretty treacherous. You can find rollaways super easily. I watched 5 on my card.
Wow.
Yeah, and 2 on the card in front of me.
Wow. Missy definitely overturning it immediately. It's going to be a forehand or a pretty, difficult turnover shot from there. Hannah going to be in a similar spot. Really common landing zone.
Yeah, and that's a smart play, keeping it low. I kind of considered on this hole to just take some off and be safe and not try to do anything crazy and say, you know what, I'll just play this par for a 3.
Look at this straight shot. Wow.
Pretty.
Paige not messing around with any kind of angles, just going right at it. Oh, here we go. Missy going for the backhand here, has to throw it up and over. The difficulty is landing this flat. That's a good effort. It was panning. She just catches some branches and it's going to be very obstructed.
Yeah, you can see how bogeys happen fast here.
Owen running it from about, 90 feet or something like that?
Hannah trying to get up and down to save her par.
Oh, man. Yeah, so
brutal.
difficult from right there. I think the forehand works slightly better, but it's just so hard with the angle. Almost such a good save.
3 competitors parked it. We got to watch Paige shoe earlier. And only 6 getting to circle 1 in regulation.
Paige Shu's shot really was, it would have been perfect if it was like 2 feet to the left. And then she would have missed the branches completely. She's such a master of that flex shot game.
Ooh.
Dang, what a brutal roll away. Paige now in a terrible spot.
In my head during practice, I called this as one of the highest scoring holes over par. I don't know why I thought that. I was like, this hole's going to wreck people. And it played a half stroke over par.
Yeah, it's definitely it's got to be the hardest par 3 to birdie, right?
That's what you would think. But there were 5 birdies today. So no.
Okay.
But
maybe the easiest par 3 to bogey? There's something there.
I think that's
something.
No, actually, I think that's true. It is true. It is the easiest par 3 to bogey.
Bad break for Paige there with that roll away. Such a good drive.
We have a tie at the top for 3 down, leading right now through 8. Natalie Ryan, Holland Hanley, and Ella Hansen. Hole 9, 387 feet. Another new hole. This is a really sweet hole. It's very difficult, very hard to get to the green. The downhill makes it play a little shorter than that 387, but there's just so many places to error. Left side, you're going to find sawgrass on the top of a hill that is no fun. Turning it over right, I think, is the best way to miss if you're going to. There's some trees in the middle that are perfect guardians that force you to pick right side or left side. We saw Holland Hanley ace run this during the All-Stars event. Let's watch her do something cool again.
She goes right side. Wow.
So she's got it dialed, I guess.
She has it dialed. She got some good practice last week.
I think she said, if you don't throw a vulture, you're dumb. That might have been a direct quote, actually.
Okay. All right.
We're going to watch Stacy Kiefer as well float something really pretty down the length of this fairway.
Great shot.
He had a nice little reaction at the end.
Wow, Holland putting together an amazing front nine, 4 down.
Wow, that really is incredible with the wind today.
Mm-hmm. And Stacy 2 down. No slouch herself there. Back to our feature card here. Own going forehand.
What?
This is her move, man. You know, you just never know what that lady's going to do. It's the best.
Ooh, and she is going to find herself in a rough position there. She can still recover with the tricks she has in her bag. She's got a little forehand turnover she can use, but it's tough over there.
Does she have one of those cans of, like, snakes that pop out in there, you think?
Yeah.
Missy a little low in the sawgrass. Should be an easy par, though. Ooh, okay.
Hannah loves that hyzer angle, and it's working for her. She does catch one of those trees in the middle, but it was looking really nice.
There you go. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Paige
That's
low
looking
and linear.
great. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Gorgeous shot from Paige. That was her ESP passion. Own in a really difficult spot here.
Oof.
Yeah, kind of has to throw through some branches over this hillside full of sawgrass. And solid shot, a little too angled and gets the roll, but she'll have a chance to save par. I wouldn't bet against her from there.
Nope. Missy a little bit clearer of an approach shot here. And she
Showing
throws
us that forehand touch game.
Yeah, that looks awesome. A tap in. Let's see how Hannah's forehand approach game looks.
Smooth.
Nice. Ten competitors. Just about a quarter of the field getting to circle one in regulation. Own doesn't need to, though.
She's just a machine. I haven't talked to her yet. I haven't seen her out. I assume her arm is doing much better than the end of last season. She had that forearm injury.
Yeah,
but she's looking strong.
Yep, she's throwing a lot of sidearms today. What a great recovery. And our first Jomez.
Gosh, never a doubt. I'm so glad our first Jomez is own.
Oh, I hate that little pocket right there.
Yeah, not a friendly pocket. Great birdie from Paige.
And a nice little forehand recovery shot from Missy.
Everyone on our feature card hanging out pretty close to par here. The back nine kind of stretches out a little bit. A few longer shots, lots more downhill shots.
Oh, yeah. I think the back nine's more fun, personally.
It's maybe more scoreable for us normies. So.
Yeah, a lot more par fours and par fives, a lot more attackable holes. Let's check out the top right now. It looks like 3 down is enough to keep you in the top 5. We have a couple 2 downs. Evelina Salonen, Stacy Kiefer still hanging on. Owen Scoggins, Emily Beach, Cynthia. A lot of people at -1. So we're seeing a lot of the field keeping it under par. That's better than I was expecting.
Impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, in this wind, but it only gets windier as we get to the back. And a lot more trouble to deal with as well. Come hang out with us on the back nine
as we shake off the rust.
Yeah, this course is so cool. Looking forward to hanging out again. Chess.com, back nine, Olympus. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 hotkeys.
Honk.
Bye.